Hey guys, today we're going to be doing problems involving finding the percent of a number. Alright, so to find the percent of a number, use a proportion. This is going to make these so much easier. Use a proportion. So let's look at an example. Say that we're asked to find 25% of 12. Now we could do it the old way, we can multiply by 0.25, but I want to show you how to set up a proportion because as we get into more difficult ones, you're going to use that skill. So I can represent 25% as 25 per 100, right? That's half of my proportion. And then on my other side, I just need to decide where 12 goes. I'm trying to find 25% of 12. So 12 is the whole, it's the bottom part. Okay? And then I don't know the part. So that's going to be my variable. Okay? So once you've done this is the hard part, then you can just cross multiply like we know how. So we're going to cross multiply this way and this way, giving us 100x equals 25 times 12 is 300. And then solve for your variable. Okay, just like we did before, divide by 100. That makes the hundreds cancel to 1x or just x. And 300 divided by 100 is 3. So 3 is 25% of 12. Okay, so let's look at some other examples, some different wording, and how we would set up our proportion. So for example 2, it says 20% of 70 is what number? So let's set up our proportion. If I'm given a percent, that part's easy. Put it over 100. 20 over 100 is 20%. And then here, I just need to decide where it goes. This is still the same setup. 20% of 70 means 70 is the whole, and we're looking for the part. So this one, even though it has different wording than this one, it's set up the same. You just have to read carefully. So then we cross multiply. So 100 times x equals 20 times 70 is 1400. And then we divide to solve for x. We can divide by 100. Okay, so that means x equals 14. So 14 is 20% of 70. All right, so let's look at some more examples. They just like to put these in very strange wording, and we want to be able to make our proportion no matter how they word it. So example 3 says 36 is 30% of what number? So again, we're given a percent. Use that first. 30 over 100. That part's done. And now look at what you're given. 36 is a percentage of what number? So that means the big number, the whole is what we don't know this time. And 36 is the part. It's 30% of what number? So when you set it up, make sure that your 36 is on top and your variable's on the bottom. Now we're going to cross multiply. 30 times x is 30x. 36 times 100 is 3600. Then solve for x. Get rid of that 30 by dividing. So that means x equals, and we divide that 120. So 36 is 30% of 120. So again, just go slowly with these or read it carefully so that you set up your proportion properly. And then once you've done that, it's easy. We just cross multiply like we've learned already. Okay, so let's try another one. 25% of what number is 120? So first thing, I see a percent, make it part of your proportion, 25% per 100. Okay, now we got to figure out the other side. Of what number? That means this is the whole that we don't know. That goes on the bottom is 120. 120 is the part. Okay, 120 is 25% of what number? So you really need to read carefully and then cross multiply. So 25 times x is 25x. 120 times 100. Add those two zeros. Solve for x. I'm going to get rid of 25 by dividing. That leaves x on this side. And this is 480. So make sure it makes sense. 120 is 25% of 480. All right, let's try another one. What percent of 95 is 76? This one's different. They didn't give us the percent. We need to find the percent. So it's going to be something per 100. What percent? That's what this part is. And then here, just remember the part goes over the whole. So 76 out of 95. What percent of 95 is 76? The part over the whole. And then we just cross multiply. Okay, 95 times x is 95x. 76 times 100, 7600. Solve for x by dividing by 95. X will equal 80. So 76 is 80% of 95. Okay, I'll do one more. This is example 6. 507 is what percent of 845? Okay, so again, we've got a what percent. That's going to be what out of 100. Okay, and then here, 507 is what percent of 845. 845 is our whole. 507 is the part. Okay, then cross multiply. We've got 845 times x equals 507 times 100. Solve for x by dividing by 845. So now x will equal, and you get 60. So 507 is 60% of 845. All right, so the key today is just to read carefully when you're setting up your proportions. Look back at these examples to help you as you're getting used to it, okay? Let me know if you need any help.